Will, this first year, under obviously Jeff Collins being the defense coordinator, how different does that defense feel? A lot of guys are saying, guys are playing free, things like that. How, from your perspective, how different does that defense feel?
Yeah, schematically, it's different, not completely different. I feel like we're a lot more aggressive with our disguises too. I try on the tape, and sometimes I can't even tell what play we're about to run just because of the way we disguise things. And then we're always bringing the house, whether that's corners or just whenever we're always blitzing out of nowhere. And then Coach Collins' defense gives us a lot of kind of freedom to play and have vision on the quarterback and to make plays. A lot of times when you're staring down your guy, you can't look at the quarterback as far as the jump a pass here and there. So he gives us a good range of match coverage and vision coverage where we can make plays.
The word freedom obviously comes up a lot. Kind of been talking about the defense. As a defensive back, what does freedom look like to you?
Yeah, for me as a safety, that's dropping my zone, whether that's in the middle of the field and a half, maybe underneath somewhere, and having the ability to rob the quarterback while maybe the star or the corners or match on guys. A lot of times the quarterback can't really tell, especially if we disguise it well, where we're coming from, where that rob player's coming from. So that gives us a lot of kind of chances to make plays and jump the ball.
Will, coming out of high school in Georgia, you had an offer from Georgia Tech when they were under Coach Collins. So I assume you talked to him at least a little bit during that process. What has it been like reuniting with him now at a different place?
Yeah, it was good. Actually, the last time I talked to Collins was a home visit at my house. So they were recruiting me pretty hard. He came over to my house, and I loved him when he was there. Just loved his energy, his passion for the game. Obviously, he was the head coach there, and I was the DC. So when I saw he got the job, I was really excited. It's always good to have some sort of relationship with the coach, but obviously we weren't as close as we are now. But he carried that energy, and he's the same guy he was when he recruited me to where he's now.
Now that last year is fully in the rearview mirror, how much better, just health-wise, do you feel now? Because you were banged up at this point last season.
Yes.
You didn't get. It seemed like you weren't healthy for most of the
year. Yeah, I've had, a lot of kind of shoulder issues. Obviously, I haven't missed a ton of games, which has been fortunate, but missing the offseason does affect how you play in games too. So I'm the healthiest I've ever been, and I feel the fastest, the strongest, biggest I've ever been. I'm playing the best football I ever have right now. So it's just a great feeling.
Now that you guys disguise so much, and perhaps more than in the previous defense, how has that changed communication in Minnesota?
Yeah, I mean, communication for DBs is probably the most important thing. Communication might be the most important thing at all positions for defensive backs, just because we get a call, we gotta check to whatever formation they have, if it's stacks, motions, bunches. There's a lot of pre-snap communication, and so being able to know before the snap our roles without showing them is really important. Obviously, I'm roommates with Connor Harrell, so we always discuss. I kind of ask him, what are you seeing before plays? How can we sort of disguise what we're doing? If he gives me some notes like, hey, if you're rolling down, I can tell. And some things like that help me, also help him kind of just show the same thing or report different things but before calls.
How big a challenge was that? Because we had to communicate these guys and then do something different. Yeah. And have everybody on the same page, because if one guy messes up,
yeah, and I mean, it takes time. It takes a lot of studying and film, and we get a lot of walkthroughs, which is good. There's no offense, so we can just sort of discuss and communicate before. But it takes a lot of studying the playbook, a lot of time in the meeting room, and a lot of execution on the field.
And you talked about Coach Collins, where did he tell you then, and he saw you here? What did we do?
Yeah, I mean, at that point, I was almost committed here. I was still open, but almost committed here, so he was almost sort of trying to flip me. But he was really just sort of give me the vision of how they played football, the way they play with speed, aggression, all those kind of key motivators that a player like me would want to play for. Also the culture, he's a great relationship guy. He's always, if he sees you, he's not going to turn his head and walk by you. He's going to say what's up, which is really cool. So those same things, right when he got here, he brought it. So it's really cool to see.
Will, do you feel a breakout year coming for Bo Atkins?
I do. I for sure do.
Not trying to talk you into it.
No, I do. Just the work he's done. Again, I know he was here in the interview with y'all, but me, him, Cade Law, and Connor Harrell, just our house is sort of, we keep each other accountable.
We're really accountable. Business school boys.
Yes, we're working. So it's good to have those people around you, because when you don't feel like getting up and getting extra work in, they're there to push you. But he is a guy that's always pushing me, I'm pushing him, and he's a crazy hard worker, really strong, really skilled. So I really expect him to have a great year.
Do you know the Collins secret handshake?
I do.
You don't know it yet.
No.
They said he had
Colin.
such call.
It's not. Oh, man, no.
Is it kind of amazing what Caleb Cost has been able to do, being a baseball guy and being banged up a little bit, and stepping right in and pretty much having that stuff spot?
Yeah, it's really impressive. He did as much as he could during the baseball season to get here, have a couple practices, but he was in as many meetings as he could be in, always getting extra work with us. In the summer, he was really locked in, sort of developed that leadership role where he stepped in, sort of earned that starting role as a star. Obviously, he played late this season last year, but he took ownership of it this year. So it's been really cool, really impressive to see him step into that role. He's a great player. I played him against him in high school, so I have great memories of going one-on-one against him. I was a receiver, he's DB, both of us making plays on each other.
So what jumps out? There's people who saw the ball game. Now they're going to see him in the season game. What are a couple of things that jump out to you that will jump out?
Yeah, I'd say the biggest thing is his quickness and aggressiveness. He's very quick. Obviously, you got to be as a slot cover guy, but then his ability to show up in the run game and just hit people. He's not scared of anything. So it's also confident in himself, which you need as a DB. Can't be second guess yourself. And then his ability to learn and pick up new defenses. Star is a really complicated position. Had to make a lot of checks and stuff, and so he's just all those things made him a very good player.
How about DeAndre Boykins and Zane switch from side?
It's been good. It's been good to see DeAndre just back healthy. I mean, he was an amazing player. I showed him as a freshman. He was just a great player as a sophomore. Really unfortunate that he missed all of last year. And so I said to him the other day, like, I can tell you're back. Like, he still is like the same guy he was, which is really cool to see. In that free safety position, it gives him similar roles to a star, or he gets to drop down, play covered, but also kind of get more zone vision in. So I think it's a good position for him, and he's been doing really well.
Will, I think you always had the yellow jersey on during the spring when we came, right? Is that right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, even in the spring game. Now that I think about it, yeah. So like when you got rid of the yellow jersey, was that just a nice day, just mentally to be like, get the hell out of here?
It's so nice. I told him to burn the yellow jersey. It's just ugly. It's just ugly. You know what I'm saying?
It stands out.
It does. It does. It's been great to just throw in the white, make plays, be free to hit people. We've had a couple. Obviously, we've had a couple days where we're tackling. It's just I haven't tackled someone in practice since my freshman year. So last year was just first game, go make a tackle, and it's just been awesome. Also, the not limited at all. So it's been really good.
Yeah, and you got hurt last camp? Is that right?
Yeah, it was a hamstring problem. So
or did you come in to camp with?
I came in with it sort of late in the summer.
Right.
Happened. But since then, haven't felt a thing on my ankle. So it's been really good.
You were in a colored jersey the first practice.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I missed all of fall camp last year.
They kept saying that, our shirt, we might come back in a week or so.
Yeah, it really took a little longer than we hoped.
Did you just never gain any traction last year?
I felt, I think this time, like, fall camp it's just the reps you get are invaluable. Like, going against our offense, our, like, blue team offense, and then being able to hit, like, without a huge crowd, it's just, like, those are invaluable reps. And so, for me, the first day I felt healthy was, like, our first game against South Carolina. Obviously, I wasn't going to play just because I had taken any reps, but those in-season practices are just a little different. You're going more against the scout team. You're not getting as physical reps. And so I do think it took longer for just everything to click for me last year. Didn't really get much of summer training with the running and agility and stuff. But so I'm saying, like, this year I just feel so much different, so much faster, stronger, and just quicker.
Have you been doing just a quick one? Well, have you been doing any punt return work this camp?
Yeah, I've been doing some punt return, some kick return reps. To try to figure out which special teams they want me on. Also playing defense, and so obviously we got a great punt returner, Elijah Huzzy. But I am always available when they need me, and I trust my skills too, so I'm always there.
Now with Jakeem, how long did it take you guys to acclimate him?
Yeah,
from NC State to Carolina.
But Jakeem's played a lot of football, and so he sort of picked up the defense pretty quickly. He's a really good player, got really good instincts, good tackler, he's a quick player, and so he picked up the defense pretty well. I mean, it was for all of us. It was really a new defense, new calls. Obviously, at the end of the day, football is football. So he did a good job picking it up, leading other guys, helping other guys understand.
Great stuff, Will. Seriously, we